introducing my all-in-one Bubblegum Simulator Infinity coins macro. So this macro has a ton of features. So I made a video a couple of days ago showing off version 1, and I've made a ton of changes since then. So I'm going to split this video up into different parts. The first part is going to be showing off all of the different features on this macro. And then the second part, which the timestamp is on screen now, that is when I'm going to show you how to install the macro from start to finish and enable and disable all the features, how to customize it. All that stuff will be at this timestamp. So let's get started with showing off the macro. So opening the macro, you can see it already looks different if you watched my previous macro video. So in the top left, that is just the logo and telling you how to use the macro. And then on the right side, you can see all of the current settings, which we're going to go over all of these different settings individually. So starting off with the base macro, once you first download it, you go ahead and click P on your keyboard to start it up, and it will start the macro. What it's going to do is teleport you to the very top of the map. This is all automated, by the way. I'm not clicking anything. And then it's going to start walking in this very specific pattern to essentially get all these different coin and gem pickups. And then it will just loop and continue doing that. So that is the base feature of the macro. Now I'm going to go over all of the other features. So starting off with auto bubble farm, it's just going to be auto clicking on your screen while you're walking. So you're going to be farming bubbles. And with that is also an auto sell feature. So what the auto sell feature is going to do is it's going to automatically take you down to the Twilight Zone and just simply sell your bubbles. This is for people who don't have the Game Pass. A lot of people wanted it, so I implemented it, and you can fully customize the sell time on the bubbles. So you can set it to whatever you want. Next, we have the egg open feature. So this isn't that efficient, but it's there if you want it. What it does is it just adds opening eggs to the path like that. So every time it does a loop and gets near the egg, it will just open it up. And then next we have auto claim chests. So what this will do is during the loop, once the chests are ready, it will go and collect them. So you just saw it got the floating chest there, and it will also get the void chest once it's ready as well. Next we have playtime gift claim. So you can see it will stop to automatically claim all of your playtime rewards. So this is going to click through all the positions as well as the skip button, and after it is done with all that, it will just continue farming coins. Next we have auto alien shop buy. So what this is going to do is every so often it will go along this path instead, and it will go to the alien shop, and then it's going to start buying every single one of these products. By the way, after it buys all those, it will send a picture to your Discord webhook so you can keep track of everything that you have purchased. Next we have automatic black market buy. So once this is activated, what it's going to do is just teleport you down to the island where black market is, and then it's going to walk over to the black market, and then it's just going to buy all the items, and it's going to do the same thing as well where it will send a picture so you know what you're buying. So here's the Discord webhook feature. So you can see alien shop buy successful, then it will show you an image of everything that was in stock before purchase. That way you know how much you bought. And another feature is every 30 minutes by default, you can change that time obviously. It will send this picture so you can keep track of your currency if you're away from your PC. Next we have the auto wheel claim feature. So what this is going to do is open up your map and teleport down to the floating island where the wheel spin is, and then it's going to just walk on the wheel spin and claim your free ticket, and then it will just repeat the normal macro. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to download and use this macro as well as all the requirements and everything. So first things first, you are going to need AutoHotkey. This is a macro program. Just go ahead and click on the green download button and make sure you get version 1.1. This is important. It will not work with V2. After you've downloaded that, head over to my Discord server. It is the first link in the description down below. Head over to the macros channel here, and you will see auto coin farm BGS Infinity. In this channel is where I post all my up-to-date macros and everything like that. So as of right now, the version 4 isn't in it because I'm recording this before I released it, but it will be the same process. Just click on the download button here, and you will then be given this zip folder. So you have to make sure you unzip this folder. So to do that, right click on extract all, and then you're going to click extract again, and it's going to make a normal folder rather than the .zip. So you can actually delete the zip folder if you no longer want it. Now open up the normal unzipped folder, and you'll see 3 files inside of here. So I want to quickly clarify that this file and this file you don't have to touch or mess with. This file here is just the logo for the macro, just so it can appear on the GUI. And this file here is a library so that the webhook features can actually work. So to actually run the BGS Infinity Coins farm, all you have to do is double click on this if it's already opening with AutoHotkey. If it is not by default, make sure you right click, open with, and then choose whatever your AutoHotkey thing is. For me, it says AutoHotkey Launcher, but for some people, I believe it says something else. But just open it with AutoHotkey. If you have a checkbox to always open with it, make sure you select it, because this needs to also be opened with AutoHotkey so that this file can find it. Because if this file is opening with Notepad by default, this file is not going to be able to recognize that, and the macro will not start. So make sure they are both opening with AutoHotkey. And then you can just run the macro file, and you'll notice instantly the GUI pop up on screen. So I'm going to start off with the requirements on how to get the macro running, because there is some requirements requirements, and then I'll show you how to change all the settings. So the first step is go on Windows and go to your display settings. Make sure your scale is set to 100% and your display resolution is 1920 by 1080. It will not work with any other resolution. And also inside of Roblox, go to your settings and turn your camera mode to default classic. This is also important. And whenever you're running the macro, make sure you're in windowed full screen mode. So if you don't know what that is, if you click F11 on your keyboard, this is full screen mode. So you can see none of your taskbar or anything. This right here is windowed full screen. So make sure you're in this mode. So after all that is out of the way, go ahead and close Roblox. So what you're going to do is just start BGS Infinity back up. You need to be fresh in the game. That way your camera position is correct. So once you're in the game, do not move your camera or character at all. And then all you have to do to start the macro by default is press P on your keyboard. And then the macro will start as you'll notice. And if you want to stop the macro, it says it on the left, but you can also click L on your keyboard by default, which you can obviously change those in settings, which we're going to go over now. So to change the settings for the macro, go ahead and open up your file. And this time you're going to right click open with Notepad. So I made it as easy as possible. All of the options that you can customize are right at the top. So the first thing you recognize is the start key and stop key. If you want to change these, you can do so. Next, you will have bubble farm. This is just going to be auto clicking while you're walking. If you don't want that on, turn it to false. So I showed you all these settings earlier, but essentially to disable them, type in false, and to enable them, type in true. So for any of these true or false statements, just type true or false dependent on if you want it on or off. So next, if you want to change these numbers, all you have to do is change it to whatever you want in seconds. So instead of every 60 seconds, if you want to sell your bubble every 30 seconds, then just type in 30. If you want to sell it every 2 minutes, then type in 120. Remember, this is in seconds, so you have to type it in seconds. So real quick, I want to go over to set up the webhook. So all you have to do for this, if it is set to true, is put your Discord webhook link inside of these parentheses. So by default, you're going to get your macro looking like this. So go inside of these parentheses and then type your link into that area there. And I want to also clarify the webhook time. This is how often it's going to send a picture of your currency. So down here under the timings section, this is how often these things are going to happen. So it'll claim the floating chest every 15.5 minutes, the void chest every 40.5 minutes, etc. So if you want to change these, you can, but I'd recommend not. And that's all there really is to the macro. That is how you customize it. It's pretty simple and straightforward. However, if you do have any questions, feel free to leave them in my Discord. Just ask around in there and they'll try to help, or if I'm available, I'll try to help. So yeah, once again, if you want to download the macro, it is the first link in the description down below. Make sure you're following all the requirements for trying the macro out. Once again, drop a sub to the channel if you're new. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one.